不做侦探太可惜了，可惜在台湾侦探好像不太好发育。有没有这个3%？这数字多么的写实，多么的血淋淋！来了，我们准备看这最后一个章节了。一堆蜜蜂。
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Oh.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens.
我们来看看这最后一个章节到底有多么的复杂悬疑吧。
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Let's go. 那我们可以看一下我们之前的，看到趴树比吗？你看，3%、4%、2%、10%，天哪，天哪，我都不知道怎么讲了。这种与众不同的思维，太猛了。这个案件当中，我们需要发现2、4、6、5、6、7，我们要找到7个人。这次我们要找7个人。OK 的，7个人，大概有3个人是嫌疑犯吧，剩下4个，一个死者，一个死者家属，简单多了，就剩2个关系人这样子。好来。
Here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt this place is beautiful, but are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's go.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer, and without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens, and that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw it.
攒前一天。
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
OK， 目前这样有3个人。由此可知，这个案件它没有死者， 只有嫌疑犯跟相关
This
人
is the
士
place。where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Q.
然后有死者了，天啊！
He died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack, just like that, so suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
还是有死者的。OK，
What should we do next, Holmes?
华生啊，华生。
Do not touch.
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead. The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here. The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
被撞坏了，或是踢坏。
The ensconce was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the colonial collection room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the colonial collection.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Eh?
The plants were here. All of them were stolen. These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our visit in the cave.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Very strange. Half of the colonial collection is absent.
有一半的缺失哦，好大一个痕迹哦。
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
石片，
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture. This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system. These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
被清空并且彻底的洗干净。
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
又有碎片。
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
What should we do next, Holmes?
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building. Dry tropics. Dry tropics.
干燥室，这里好大哦。好烦恼，怎么那么大？
These flower pots are beautiful. They are intended to be used for exhibition purposes. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. Dry tropics. There is a smell of burning.
烧焦味。哦，有东西。
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
它写着一个“厂”字。
A broom handle was half burned. The remains of a picture frame. A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same
早，今天很早了，不然你通常都关台才来的。今天这么早我就吓到了，离开这里。这里这么大，要我怎么探索啊
Colonial Collection. Water lily greenhouse. Palm house. Dry tropics. Seed house. Nursery. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Ventilation system. A map of Kew Gardens.
应该先找完了吧？应该没东西了呢。可是却还是可以调查。什么东西？
Reserve.
哦，储藏间。哇，这一关的这个按键的东西
It should regulate the temperature
有点
of the
多
south
哎。
buildings.
这也没东西可以调查。这么多东西很烦呢、代表我把这些东西串在一起。You know？
Locked.
有趣的物件。
Locked.
这是你的锁，都锁。我吃饱有点想睡。哇，这好大哦，有个迷路哎，完了。
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
不
Thank
开
you,
耶
Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
去你妈的！你全锁起来就好啦，不给检查就不给检查啊！摸了个波了。这个工作室不是这个温室很重要。
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Who are you？ 哦，看错边。红眼哭泣。
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only. I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon. Farmhouse.
这是什么？类似丛林区哦。
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
我要走来了。
Dry tropics.
3人队，等我一下，休息一下，休息一下。可能是一个太早起又吃太饱又没有午休的关系。打一下状态就好了。 钓到大蓝，打翻的壶，破坏了门，还有什么东西吗？还有什么东西吗？差不多了。根据你收集的情况决定顺序哦。那当然是先开门啊，破坏门， 破坏门进来打翻壶，然后掉到栅栏里面，这很奇怪。打翻壶，然后破坏了门，最后是掉到栅栏里面。小杂音是不是？啊，我弄一下。小杂音是麦的吗？我听一下哦。为什么我听不到？喂喂喂喂喂喂喂喂喂，喂喂喂，听不到我的声音诶？我讲话有声音吗？应该有声音啊。可是为什么我听不到我实况自己的声音？等我一下哦，重新整理。小杂音是，我觉得应该是我不讲话也会有的那个小声音吧。麦克风松音的关系，整理。哦，我有听到了。这个好像要去小杂音是，我觉得现在叫怎么设定也会有的那个小声音吧。麦克风松音的关系，整理。好，我有听到了。这个好像要去小杂。我现在看到这个要怎么设定呢？把声音调低吗？我把声音调小声一点，这样子再听听看会不会有没有杂音的声音。我把声音调小声，至少声音会变。再听听看会不会，好像还是有杂音诶，可是这就是麦克风问题，这我没办法。可能啊，我到时候再看要不要换个麦克风吧。
No, it wasn't like that.
难道这么简单？难道就是这样的算是1、2、3？啊，破坏了门。一个。就是这样子，
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
在这个门的另外一边，这里是什么？被困住在藏品室里。新任务验尸。那验尸的话，我们就要去苏格兰场。只是我们不确定尸体是不是在这边啊？只是通常尸体都会送来这边。
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
OK， 来去解剖尸体。Go go 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 go！ 有东西耶。
A beautiful feather pen of a good make.
我的朋友，大长蓝海报十分漂亮，但完全没有必要把所有员工都放进去，只要有我的名就够了。这是这种抱
This
怨的概
watch
念
is。of great value.
其他的员工并不是那么重要。
A membership card for the London Crest Club.
OK， 什么俱乐部来着？来去看尸体。解剖。
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination, so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
OK。脸部的部分。
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. No redness, stings, or bruises. Nothing suspicious here.
很正常哎。
Now, let us examine the
哇，
internal
我这
organs.
真的要开刀了。哎牛。Oh，
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
他的心脏是没问题的。
The lungs are congested and
水肿。
edematous.
哦，这里
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most
植物
probably
毒。
caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
我们可以推测是中了植物毒。
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering
酗
from
酒导致了他的
alcohol
肝脏变大颗，肿起来，应该是算肿起来啊。
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological
纯粹
signs.
肿大而已。最后，他的胃，
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly,
此
only a
前
short
不
while
久吃了
before
很
his
少
death.
的一些早餐。哎，这次案件我完全没有头绪，怎么办？我目前完全没有头绪，完全没有。
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the
只知道是
director
属于
of
植
Kew
物毒。
Gardens, died from poisoning, plant poisoning to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
Challenge
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we
难怪
don't
这
know
次案
very
件
much
涉
about
及人这么
Montague
多。
Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
可是感觉不够恐怖哎，没有我想象中那么好。中了植物毒。Go go go！
Locked.
这门到底是在干嘛？都锁起来了，
Locked.
这里都没人。哎呦，哎呦，雷斯锤的在这边吗？ 物在这边。好吧。一开始的任务是要找到被偷走的东西，现在却要找到杀死他的东西，然后找到杀死他的凶手跟他的讯息。这样我们要一个一个去问吗？他不是说没有，他刚刚原本要请机长抓起来，后来决定自己去问一些问题而已。怎么这读取特别久？还没读取好，好久哦。为什么？还没好哎。好了，这趟旅程也太久了。这里有比较远吗？
As Deputy Director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say?
上流
He
伦
was a
敦
member
人
of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
what is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
Useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was.
Oh yes, he forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert.
What?
That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why
什么
naive?
天真的实验？
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my
好
head.
复
and wonder.
杂哦，这是
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before. And now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none
父
at
亲
all.
的家业，儿子继承。
Mr. Hamish,
我稍
can
微
you
了解
explain
一下
to
他
us
们的
what
动
happened
机
to
了
the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, oh, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
他口中的致命植物是吃虫，诶，东西没调查到，是不是？家政工作。
A task list for Albert, compiled by Martin Hamish. Sweep out the palm house, scrub the toilets, clean the storage shed tools.
这次的案件真的蛮复杂的，他噼里啪啦讲了一大堆，我还是不太懂。
Water lily green.
把他们的位置找出来，他们在哪里啊？诶？我去找人问个清楚啊。
Locked.
哇，这里真的很大哎，就贵哦。有趣的物件。傻眼，
Locked.
这里太大了，那个王八蛋跑去哪里了？
What should we do next, Holmes?
说实话，我是第一次不知道怎么回答你，华生。
Locked. Locked.
我是第一次不知道怎么回答你，华生。我不知道现在应该怎么办。
Just be careful with the plants during your inspection.
还有什么东西需要收集的？还有东西我应该发现却没有发现的。哎，看这里怎么多一个人？八成又会有3、4个选项。
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path. I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the Deputy Director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed. That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honor of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew
这
Gardens.
两个人为了这个权
Do
利
you
在那
not
里
have a
相
good
争。
relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens. And I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
OK， 给我，
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
下次法庭上见吧。Go go 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 go。Open。啊哈，新世界。
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage. Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
西伯利亚大麦。怎么可能都没了？都没了？怎么可能都没了？太扯了吧！哎，各位亲爱的玛格丽特，继续我们上次谈话。我认为你能空出在这里的职位是最好选择。如果你坦率挑明那样，你再需要我支持。就像你说的，你能在这世界上独立生存。好吧，那我给你自由，祝你一切好运。看玛格丽特想辞职啊。
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Ah. 哎呦，左二右二，啊，太多了。3颗。2颗，3颗，3颗，左3颗，右边再3颗，再换左边，4颗，换右边4颗，不是这是左边5颗。我一个自以为，好，右边3颗， 左边1、2、3、4、5颗，啊，左边真的是5颗。2、3、5，右边不知道几颗。5颗 ，OK， 打开了 ，OK， 检查一下信件。什么？1889年6月14的报纸。1889年6月14的报纸。
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
牛津街的房子租金，伦敦大学教育基金，奢侈品的珠宝。哇，玛格丽特欠这么多钱。好，去这个门后面，华生借过。
What should we do next, Holmes?
我们现在做就是你离开你的位置，我想看一下你后面那里过不过去，好吗？好吗 ？Please， 好吗？哇，没关系，不给过是不是？自己来开。
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
我觉得这次的比较不一样哦。 咦，这个白白的是什么啊？这是我不太明白。咦？哦。咦，完全乱的诶，好乱哦我。这是什么？三小，为什么还有这个东西？之前没这个诶。之前没这个诶，要求哦，害我原来它是卡进去。那时候还想说，我还搞不清楚那是什么。
Miss White's locker. These jewels must be worth a small fortune. Apparently, Miss White is a draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents. A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
哭哭，玛格丽特哭哭。Finish， 结束了吗？仆人。怎么办？我这章节我实在是很傻眼呢。就这章节的
Martin Hamish's locker.
感觉，我就像是一直
A review
按，
on
然后
rare
一
and
直
exotic plants. Martin Hamish
没办法
has
想
written
我没办法
several
想象这
pieces.
章节，有点乱。可能是因为他的名字都太奇怪了。
Martin Hamish studied chemistry.
哎呦，
Interesting. Father and I, Kew Gardens. Albert's locker. Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University. Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
"哇，原来是被拒绝，因为父亲的关系。
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Toby， 我们待会去找托比。还是在这之前，我们再好好逛一下这里。
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert. Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious
化
experiments.
学品。
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants to respond to their environment and how to form consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
需要证据。
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes. What should we do next, Holmes?
好，去找狗狗来。希望能够在9点前破完。 哇！
Here it is. And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunn. Here it is. That is not the one I need.
神圣的，神圣的。
That is not the one I need.
这里没有符号学。
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
嗯。我这没有想法。
Here it
有了
is.。
我想说这有符号学啊，奇怪了。这个应该也是。
Here it is.
托比，
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do. Let us go to Kew Gardens.
带我去这里，带我去那个神圣心底下。我们看一下现在人物出现几个？人物现在才出现2个，你看看，有个是怀特，哇，这是没有死者人物。怀特，另外4个不知道是谁，还未出现。我最近读取有点久了，怎么了吗？真的蛮久的。现在多加一个托比，是不是？
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance. Search, Toby. Search.
卡住了。哦，让自己开门。啊，没有人跟过来。奇怪的地方。藏起来了。
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found. This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes, a tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle. Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
OK， 晚点应该要去调查这个东西。至于现在，我们就去开。诶？
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system. A thesis written by Martin Hamish. A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office. This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition. We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery. The seeds of plant species are stored here.
看，结果啦，王八蛋！挡路不做事哎，华生，可以一拳揍你，我就把你揍扁。我跟你讲。
Look, Holmes. This charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Okay.
Open.
Hello. 最好是很漂亮哦。
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir, and good day to you too.
还好哎，
But
我觉得上一个章节的
I
比较
do
好
beg，your pardon. My name is
上
Dr.
个章
John
节那个
Watson.
女的。
This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course. I
Go
quite
on,
forgot
look.
about that.
观察他。这手居然没有东西可以查，这手这样子没有东西可以查。哎，有了。哦，过去的阴阳失调。未婚。
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
谁在说谎呢？
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room. Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office.
What should we do next, Holmes?
A water tank.
OK， 我们要去神秘那边看一下，那边有什么东西值得我们发现。
If I go there, Toby will wait for me in the cab.
托比真是一只老狗，皮有够皱。
This place is beautiful, Holmes.
哦，
Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
中国宅。
Let us find someone who could help us. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sun
升华
a while.
正义。
From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please, mind my gravitropism.
邪教。
Its balance. Do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
There. Completed is the symbiosis. Welcome you are. To introduce myself, I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic himself.
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are 2 gentlemen who are extremely interested in the
邪教吧。
vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Listening to you, I am.
« 掌商。 指尖上的茧。
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis.
the divine scholastic syndicate for vegetation veneration and meditation. You may say, the divine syndicate. Glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophize in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom and its wisdom. And to be permitted, you must earn it. Yes.
Green Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees.
你的神殿
Gain access to your temple.
What is the
Hi,
name
if
of our
you
Lord,
see
our
may
God
snow.
King?
This?
Our God King's name is Triwan, Green Grand Mystic.
Oh la, good, good.
好
I，like
就问一
it.
题，
Here is the holy key to the wisdom place. Holy donation can you make whenever you so wish.
随随便便就把钥匙给人家了。
I pray you to taste our fertilizer substance. From the burdens of life it helps to free.
But of course,
Raw sap, it is called.
原生树
It
液
is near the entrance.
we visited Kew Gardens, and we found your symbols on their flower pots.
Coincidence, I am thinking. They would scavenge our refuse. It would not surprise me.
It was merely an observation. Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
怪人一个。什么奇怪东西？一壶的碎片，还有什么？
The Kew Gardens symbol.
嗯哼，啊，怎么会这样呢？怎么会在这里发现？看小偷就还不承认。原生树液指的是这一棵树吗？这棵奇怪的树。 算了，应该没什么事，就正常进去就好了。某某，看这福尔摩斯这一个游戏居然有邪教。
You came to make a donation? Glory to Triwan!
Donation？
You came to make a donation? Glory to Triwan!
还有3个人，这一章节还有，哎，是吗？是这一章节吗？我记得是吧？哎，将会在以后的案件遇到。哎，这游戏有6章节是不是？咦，我以为只有5章节，原来有6章
This
节。
must be Triwan, the divine syndicate's god.
啊，他们的神下面没有脚，他们的神以树根作为底部。
That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of.
白粉哦，
This is rather
哎，
delicious
蛋吃了。
and of an excellent quality.
My word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
可卡因就可卡因啊吼，福尔摩斯这家伙这么爱吸毒哦。松一点点，
This door is locked,
Oh.
but I can try
又
to
要
open
开
it.
手了。Oh my god！ 为什么中间这里是黄色的？ 这样子应该没错。哎，不对，好像错了哦。这样子也是错的。这样子也是错的。哎呦，有了有了，这样子看起来像多了。对了，右边就是这样子，然后换左边这个。OK 啊。嫩。哇，这里迷蒙呢。看，这是恐怖游戏，为什么自己关门？
That would be enough to perform the most
哦
difficult
有
of chemical experiments.
实验室。
This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
看拢无是讲伤暗吗？太黑吗？还是？
A vast amount of opium. These instruments are used for
还是看不懂。
smoking opium.
是看，我觉得应该是看太黑的意思吧。
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
哎呦，看带走这么多只。 解锁哦，哎，有时候就是慧根的问题了吧？我想，他就是让那个啊，每个线都能够对到，就这样子而已。
I shall take them.
干，我一次拿走3朵食人花，不是食人花，石葱花，是补充的那种花，要干嘛？
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
两个都一样。
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A trop.
因为真正重要的应该已经被我们刚刚开的那个就是结束了，所以剩下的应该都是不重要的。
This green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. We should search every inch of this place.
Sure. 不过其实说测完全的搜查，其实也搜的差不多了呢，也没什么特别要搜的了。有什么秘密啊？这里就是一个用鸦片来控制那些邪教信徒的一个邪教区域啊，这不是显而易见的吗？ 这里到底是要我干嘛？这里不知道到时候好，感觉就是还需要什么东西，临门一脚的概念。这里如果都没东西的话，我就要先回那个我贝克街。回贝克街看那毛毛虫跟那些花有什么问题，顺便带狗回去。OK。
Let us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis. This is the bottle that we found hidden at Kew Gardens. Let us use a pipette to take a sample of the liquid and fill a test tube. A colorless, water-based liquid. Quite a strong floral aroma.
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So, what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens. Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need to take a pipette and make several drops of the reagent. Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
Fuck.
According to the deadly plants information, in order to perform our experiment, we will need fertilizer and food. Caterpillars should do nicely.
Huh?
According to the deadly plants information, in order to perform our experiment, we will need fertilizer and food. Caterpillars should do nicely.
我已经有啦。 为什么不能用？难道他说我还没有吗？可是我已经有了呢。我有毛毛虫啊。我现在先，老师你在干嘛？
This green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious.
你中毒了，华生。
What should we do next, Holmes?
华生，你已经中毒了。为什么不能那个、啊？看嘞。刚刚不是有捡到毛毛虫吗？对啊，这里啊。那我现在不能用是怎样？一定要去到那个神秘花园才可以用吗？缺少了什么证据？毛毛虫也拿了，花也拿了，就是不懂为什么不给我实验呢、还是这东西只能在那个什么庄园实验？感觉就是这个意思。读取真的都卡好久，最近好想要破完了，不然每次等他跑这个。他以后吃的时候偷出一下就，他每次跑来这里都要很久，也不懂为什么。哎，又可以对话问出什么？
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all.
哦，
And
现
it was
在
all
你的
my
番都已
father's
经
work.
越来越大
But
喽。
Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
就贵啊，看。
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
留声机需要证据，不知道什么意思。 我想一下哦。就这里不止一个实验室吧？好像在种子中心还有另外一个实验室。不是这里。没关系，反正最后都会通往同一个地方。
Seed.
Kew Gardens is such an exciting place. Wouldn't you agree?
诶，不是在这里耶。哦，有一个飞高高。这里在烧什么？在调查完。
Water lily. I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
No.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall...
看这个实验是已经做完了吗？我打勾了呢。化学实验室，啥东西？化学实验室啊，在这里吗？那这里有化学实验室吗？化学实验室，难道是神秘辛迪加那里的实验室？利用在化学实验室中从毛毛虫身上获得的生物碱 对致命食物进行实验。我要去哪里进行这个实验啊？
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search. Sacrilege.
No, really now. There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago. And we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
Yeah.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you.
哎呦，这个直接引出一个结局来。还有东西要查。我们现在来看看这个实验是不是在这里啊？这暗迷蒙的地方。
This substance is an alkaloid. The same as in the
要来这里
bottle
拿
we
这个
found
是不
in
是
the bushes at Kew Gardens. Perfect, Watson. We can begin our experiment.
终于啊，是在这里用吗？
That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments.
看来不是，看来是要回家用。我来就是为了来这里拿一个这个东西，然后带回家用。分析致命植物。
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask. A prickly plant. A carnivorous plant. This is a strange and unusual plant. This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. I find the behavior of predators utterly fascinating.
Oh. 哎，
Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
毒气耶！看来是第三
The
个。
plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
他说再去一趟，我们快完成了。和每个人再讲一次，和那3个人，所有嫌疑人含那个吗？含神秘心理家那个吗？先去心理家问他一次，他也是嫌疑人之一啊，毕竟他也已经有一个结局是指向他是凶手。当然，如果跟他讲话没有任何的进展的话，那就代表说不会有他的结局了。OK， 你看不会有他的结局，这样直接去植物园，和3个人各讲一次话，这一章就 GG 了，就可以在9点前破完了。然后探花的居然还有第6章，这是我预想不到的。我以为只有5章哎，奇怪了。哇，来这里路上特别晃哎，特别晃就算了，还要特别急哦，太扯了吧？还在卡，还在卡，这里到底是多偏僻呀？啊，我知道，因为这里的图比较大张，对，这里图很大张，这个图比较久一点。
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation. Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes, he came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
很好，我们待会再见一次面。为什么呢？为什么呢？嗨。
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the
可是
day
还有
of
两个
his
东西
death?
没解呢。
I can. But there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house.
I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew
他
that
们这
something
很震
must be
惊耶，
very wrong.
人前天才
What
死，
exactly were you doing
两天
in
前
the
的事情能
laboratory?
够这么
I was recording an
这么淡然地
experiment
面
for my
对。
thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Oh, certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Thank you, miss.
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
Hey!
吸入有毒的孢子，然后要逃跑进来，撞门。
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
啊，好，想说是通风系统。
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
我可以观察这个吗？不行。
According to this, they have
我只要去把开关打开。在哪里？跑错边了，干！咦，在哪里？在另外一边。妈！到底要我看什么？我就是要我看那个。不就是要我来这里使用这个吗？叉叉叉叉叉。
Before starting the engine, I need to enable the power supply. The power is on. The engine cannot be started whilst the transmission is active. The engine has started. The ventilation system is working.
OK， 来去找华生。华生在哪里？不，走错了，应该是这边才对。你看那边有一个通风口，有没有？哎，对，通风口是接在这里。那就是这里没错。花生。
Water lily.
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space. Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
哦 ，OK。那我就把这个状态开满满。那两个人的位置在哪里啊？
Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one. Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
哎，这是什么？嗯？认真？这是个任务哎，这是个任务，不是结局呢。
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
What? What? 他现在讲什么？奇怪的，这应该是去苏格兰场干嘛？已经确定抓到他了吗？哇，他真的被抓走了哦。看他是真的被抓走了。剧情的一部分，剧情推动出来的，他可能会讲出一些话。
Locked.
诶，他刚刚不是叫我来这里吗？啊，联系哦。月亮地图啊。
Mr. Holmes?
Hey.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
他会讲一段话，然后那段话会是分歧点，那个分歧点之后会引发出另外两个结局吧？一个是他是罪犯，一个是另外一个是罪犯的结局，应该是这样。而且我们这边还有证据没有用，你可以看到我们这边还有证据没有用到。你看这里其实有分叉。这里却兜不起来。咦？他怎样才能洗出另外一个东西来啊？现在完全没有概念。咦，刚刚不是更早之前不是有一个那个吗？现在这解不出来了，因为这里多了一个，我们可能要把这个目前这个剧情完成才有办法解出原本那个结局。
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry. Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
看，华生真的是。哇，走错路，害我绕了好大一圈。看，卡住了。这东西还没弄好。 那个不知道是什么有趣的物件，感觉就是在向我说我还有东西没找到一样。So sad。
Water.
哪里？哪里？大温室不是这个、哦，见过啦！差点摔倒。
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found
你
him.
看，我就说
Our
吧，
messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
事情可没那么简单。在这种时候死掉的人绝对没有那么简单，好不好？Really? Really? 还没结束。
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
畸形族。
What should we do next, Holmes?
干讲错话了，不好意思。结果有帮凶。
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
大概9点半时。哦，这好酷哦！新的模式，到了他妈第5章才有新模式。哎咻！蒙塔古。看什么？前往地图。大概9点半时。咦，这什么意思？大概9点半的时候，马丁和一开始死者与艾伯特，艾伯特是指那个儿子。大概9点40的时候，哎，这种艾伯特在种子。哦，对，是这样子。OK， 下一个9点40的时候，哈米森就是这个自杀的，和老爸来到后院，在10分钟后。然后这个是马丁哈米在10点钟时和怀特小姐进行的谈话。11点以前。这没办法放上去。 然后呢？哪里不对了吗？在发现塔古不对劲时，哈米跑向了10点半的时候，哈米神跑向了艾佛特。这样子吗？不对啊，跑向艾佛特。艾伯特见到哈米神在拜访了，他知道会来。艾伯特，他看到哈米神在10点10分拜访了，他在10点10分。OK， 好，我懂这游戏的真正意思了。正在干燥热带房间。9点40分之后，9点40分，他们蒙塔古和哈米神，这讲9点40分，蒙塔古和哈米神到了后院，9点40分出来到了后院。10分钟之后，那个蒙塔古重新他的视察，走到干燥热带。是这个蒙塔古正在干燥热带10分的时候，然后这个是艾伯特在种子屋内见到了蒙塔。这个大概9点半的时候，马丁还有蒙塔古、哈米神跟蒙塔古在9点半的时候去种子屋和艾伯特见面。对，所以前3个都对的。在10点钟时，马丁、哈米神在10点钟和那个女生谈话。马丁、哈米神交谈起来10点钟的时候，没错。然后怀特小姐11点以前都待在实验室，而那时她在睡。加入了他们，这是最后吗？艾伯特看到哈米神拜访小姐之后回来，在哪里？艾伯特整个早晨都在种植屋，他看到哈米神在10点10分的时候拜访了怀特小姐之后回来，就是这个。马丁、哈米神和怀特小姐谈话之后回来了。差不多也是这个时候，然后这个是马丁哈米神回到种子屋，这是什么时候的事？这个没有资料呢。这告诉我们到9点50就错了吗？ 10点半。中间有10分钟的空闲时间。
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20.
在这10分钟内犯案。
Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time.
2个嫌疑犯。
Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
哇，大结局出来了，哈米神自己一个人做的，这是其中一个。然后其中一个是阿伯特有时间，就是艾伯特是共犯，然后一个是伯特还有时间，阿伯特没参与，怀特有时间，伯特没参与，怀特是个共犯。这互相冲突，主要是这个。怀特共犯，艾伯特共犯，哈米神自己做的，跟辛迪加杀害了，应该没别的了吧？这是最后的了。OK， 我心目中已经有我的想法了，哈米神自己做的。真的哦，我想看一下那个，如果是怀特是共犯的话，他的这个是怎样的叙述？哇，这个选择，这个女的也太危险了吧！好可怕哦，天啊！这选择这女的有这么坏哦？看不出来。现在可以选这个吗？这个没办法选的原因，应该是因为这里不知道会不会有2个条件，然后只出现了1个的关系。看一下，我的答案应该就是这个吧，自己做的。 给伦敦警察去处理吧，这不在我的处理内容了。哇，结果破关时间还是超过9点了，天啊！要输哦。这次会有几趴？我觉得这次趴数应该会比较高吧。
Inspector, the case can be closed. Martin Hamish operated alone. He was meticulous in his planning, down to the smallest detail. And yet, we arrived at the truth.
Well, I must thank you once again, Mr. Holmes. Without you, it would not have been possible.
If pushing a man to his suicide seems fair to you, Lestrade, then we are even.
Mr. Holmes, you did what was needed
To not appear in this inquiry. I thank you for your discretion, Lestrade.
来看一下，对啊，22个结局都收到了，那为什么？所以一开始那个如果没有选择的话，后面就没机会，因为你会为了解其他结局会把那个破掉。就这个吧。What？ 这太扯了吧！以同样方法解决案件的人0%，0%是什么概念？你告诉我。0%是什么概念？0%是代表是0.5%以下的人呢。1000个人里面只有5个以下的人是跟我一样的选择，哎，是吧？因为0.5%就会算到1%啦，所以是0.4。0.4代表1000个人里面只有4个人是跟我做这个选择。天啊，天啊！哎，真的，要是我再找个300年生，说不定开膛手杰克还是什么英国的大事件，就是由我来破了。Oh my god! Oh my god! 这个我还不截个图 F12。P， 这个太扯了，0%呢？是只有我能够想到这个方法，是不是？大家到底有没有认真在玩这个游戏啊？天啊！这样子，这个游戏的作者他们是不是很觉得很不知道该怎么办啊？因为你知道，就是这么辛苦的做了这么一个剧情，结果居然没有人解到这边 ，low。
Where are you going?
哎，我来看一下现在时间，现在时间是9点19。我想一下啊、这样子。现在9点20，感觉可以再破一个最后的一个章节。好，我先回主选来看一下，现在应该只剩下最后一个章节了，只剩下最后一个章节了。